Shalom fam, Solo Soul here, also known as Coach Arthur. Today fam, let's talk about the housing headaches in Africa and some of the things that people don't want to talk about and they're not being completely honest and transparent about when it comes to housing in Africa. Let's talk about what you need to acquire a house or what you need to secure the house. So here in Tanzania, they call them dalalis, which is also a realtor, which is also a professional driver. So because we were not in Tanzania at the time we were looking for the house, we had the dalali, which is the realtor, and the driver go and look at some houses for us. So the dalali would send you pictures, videos of the house and speak to the landlord on your behalf. Now, we never wanted to secure a house prior to coming to Tanzania. We wanted to see it in person. We knew that we would probably stay in Airbnb, but because this was a new build and the landlord was finishing some touches, we said, hey, let's go ahead and do 6 months. Sometimes the landlord will require you to do a year, and even, sometimes you can negotiate and just do 3 months. But again, because it was a new build, we were excited. We're like, hey, nobody ever really lived in this house. It's going to be nice, which the house is nice, just to be upfront, but finishing touches. So the landlord required us to pay the 6 months. We did the wire transfer, and that was our biggest mistake because even though we wanted to secure this house, people are not securing houses like that in Tanzania quickly. So we were kind of rushed, I'm going to say that. Now, we were told that the construction is still going on for the first month that we found a house, and by the time we would arrive, it would be ready. Now, we're getting updates from the dalali that, they're still finishing the house, fundis, which are, technicians or mechanics. Yeah. So we were told that they were finishing the house. So we arrived at the house, and yes, this is how the house looked. Now, it was almost 2 months before, and no, the house was not finished and it was not cleaned. And I just was in disbelief that they would show us the house. Now, from what I'm told, that's how it is in Africa. Nah, for me, in mind, that's not how it's going to be. Because if you give me your word is your bond. You told me that your word, you gave me your word that you're going to have the house ready. That's what I'm expecting. We sent our money, so I'm expecting the house to be ready. Well, no, that's not how things work here. So apparently they work backwards, and nobody really keeps their word, and people work on their time, and your needs are not that important, but you're paying for a service. That's my biggest issue. But anyways, fam, let's get to the cleaning. So they had the house cleaned. We went back to our Airbnb. To be completely honest, I don't know what kind of cleaning. They must have been cleaning just with water because the house was still so dusty when we moved in. Me and my wife had to do the deep cleaning, and we were just frustrated. So we met the landlord, of course, and the landlord told us to point out all the things that was really wrong in the place, in the house at the time that we met him. Well, fam, you really can't determine what's wrong in the house until you really get in it and start using everything. So the first 2 weeks, we went through so many plumbing issues, leaks, and we got children. So that's my biggest issue. I have children. I'm not here alone. If I was here alone, I would not be pointing out these things simply because I can get them done. I can deal with them. But when you have children, you don't have time to be dealing with leaks, constant leaks, because, your fundis didn't do their job. So to take our mind off that, fam, we went, refrigerator shopping, which refrigerator shopping in Tanzania is a headache because you got to go a million places. So this is the department store back in the U.S., but that's not what we have here. So we constantly bought fruit and vegetables, buying fresh fruit and vegetables that don't last simply because, they're organic. I mean, there's no pesticides, no preservatives on these things. So you need a refrigerator. So that's another thing, renting in Africa. Your houses don't come with any appliances. I mean, nothing. It's bare. And sometimes, like our house, it'll come dirty and you have to get it professionally cleaned or clean it yourself. So we were able to secure a refrigerator, which made things so much better for us. To be completely transparent, fam, the refrigerators here in Tanzania are significantly smaller. You can get a large refrigerator, but it's going to cost you. A refrigerator about this size cost us 595 USD. Praise to the Most High for allowing us to be blessed with half the funds for that. Now this next thing, which is AC, almost devastated us because we were not made aware that this house did not have AC, because all the other houses we looked at with the Delali had AC, but apparently this one didn't, and he didn't mention it to us. So after about 2 weeks being in the house, fam, everything is falling apart because the house is just poorly put together. You know, the molding on top of the ceiling is falling down. We're losing power every single day. So fam, this item is one of the single most important things that I think you should get for your place if you plan to move anywhere in Africa. So this is a backup power system. It's actually charged during the day if your power is on. Now, when your power goes off, this system will click on and it can power your outlets, your fans, your lights. So Tanzania is still dealing with this power issue. I don't know when it's going to get better, but we have lost power literally every single day since we've been here. So fam, just make sure you read up on this article. I'll leave the link below. The last issue we had with the house was the squatting toilet that wasn't working. For one, we went ahead and had it converted to a sitting toilet. The landlord let us know he had no desire to put any additional money into his property. So it just blows my mind. But this is an example from our Airbnb. Just be prepared to have your washroom, your toilet, shower, everything all in one. Last but not least, fam, do your due diligence and plan. Plan absolutely every aspect of this journey. No matter what people tell you, you know, you have people do consultations and they may tell you it's a straight shot. You know, everything is black and white and it's not that hard. Fam, I'm gonna just be honest with you. It's not black and white, and it's so many different angles, and everybody has a hustle and everybody has a scheme. It's very important that you get connected with a trusted lawyer, a trusted person that can guide you or at least give you advice. So with that being said, our key business here at this time is tourism and hospitality. So we will offer airport pickup with our Airbnb and our bed and breakfast. So if you have a trip coming up, make sure you email us at origindonal@gmail.com. That'll be linked below. So we understand that coming to Africa, you know, you're trying to choose your country and you may want to tour one country for 5 or 6 days. We'll be offering tourism. That way you can get a good view from our perspective and a local perspective, because we'll be partnering with locals to kind of give you a good tour and a good understanding of kind of how things work. And, you know, if you want to sightsee. So it's just important that you connect. Not just important, it's vital. You know, you will overspend, you'll waste a lot of time dealing with unprofessional people. When you can really get connected with different villages, you can sightsee and you can just really enjoy your stay. So if that's something that you're interested in, look for our Airbnb December the 16th. So our website will be up. You can do a virtual tour of the bed and breakfast in the Airbnb. You can see where you're staying. And if you would like to lock in and book, you know that you have a trip coming up, you can reach out to us again at Origindonal. That's ORGENDNAL@gmail.com. So back in the US, we had a cafe and juice bar. You know, we used to do pop-up events for our cold press juicing. We also had a brick and mortar cafe. You know, will we do something similar to the cafe in Tanzania? At this time, we're not planning to do anything like that at this time. But right now, we just focus on tourism. So it's important that when you pay for a service, you get what you pay for. So we understand when people are spending their hard-earned money, you want to make sure you're giving, you know, the top tier service, especially coming from the US. And yes, some things we're accustomed to, we're spoiled, but it's our hard-earned money and it's, you know, we work for it. So we should be able to enjoy what we're doing. So look for Origindonal. You know, you'll get another promotion video on our on this channel. So until next time, fam, stay prayed up and just keep us in your thoughts and prayers. God bless.